Hello everyone, good day. My name is Joe and welcome to our first episode of VCQ Diaries. Staying at home and being at home. Today we're going to do something simple, an Italian classic, focaccia. It might sound a bit fancy schmancy, but it's really easy. You just need 4 ingredients, under 3 hours, and have beautiful, heavenly staple bread you can pair with your pasta, or you can have a snack in the afternoon with tea or coffee. So stay tuned, all right, and learn how you can make this Italian staple to be your staple, at least during this quarantine. All right, so we're going to start baking, and I have 2 quick tips for first-time bakers. Number 1 is to make sure that you have a copy of your recipe, either on your left and your right, so you have a guide. And then second is to pre-measure all of your ingredients prior to the whole process. Make sure they're all in containers, we call it mise en place in French, everything in place, so it'll be easier for you to follow the procedure, go through the process, and enjoy it. So we're gonna start. So a lot of you might be wondering what got me into baking. I always see baking as the integration of art and science. It's pretty much a balance between the two. Now, just like writing a story, in literature it has a formula, or there's a science behind writing a story. It has 4 major parts. You start with the beginning, definitely, to be followed by the development, climax, and then lastly the denouement. Now, in baking, it all starts with you having all those characters laid out to set the tone or set the mood. In a mixing bowl, you have your dry ingredients to mix or integrate your wet ingredients, mix them all up. You can do this manually by hand, or nowadays, because of technology, you can use a stand mixer for it. But it doesn't really matter as long as you get to mix everything well together in the bowl. It's a matter of convenience and saving more time, being more practical. Now, after doing so, we have that setting is the next phase, which is development. And this is where your characters start to unravel themselves through their interactions with the other characters in the game. So there are 2 major things that are being produced during the development process, and it's gluten, Gluten, and it's carbon dioxide. Now, the reaction of bread flour with water and oil gives it elasticity in the dough, right, which is very important because this gives your dough the plumpness as it develops. Now, the yeast and sugar react together and produce carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide is being trapped inside the gluten to produce those holes. Okay, so the crumbs and those artisanal holes in sourdough bread is a result of that reaction. Now, as that you repeatedly knead and rise, all of those ingredients become well combined and they react more. Now, you might be wondering, what if I'm a gluten-free? I'm on a gluten-free diet. That's very important. Don't worry, because we have alternatives to mimic that reaction, and I'll be sharing those to you later on in the series. Now, on to our next phase, which is the culmination. This is where you pop in your nice dough inside the oven to achieve that final rise, and of course, to be baked. Now, what's important here is all those interactions or reactions are stopped. Your yeast dies down, stops the production of the gas or carbon dioxide. The gluten sets in, all right, for the next 30, 45, or 60 minutes, depends on how large your dough is, or should I say, the ingredients that you have. And that would set it in as the final product. And just like, in the story, it's where the resolution happens. Now, lastly is the denouement that follows the climax. It's when you pull out the freshly baked bread out of your oven and let it rest. You might be really excited to take a knife and then you slice through your bread so you can get the first slice of your fabulous loaf the first time that you baked it. But of course, you have to stop yourself there. You have to chill. Let it rest for around 50 to 20 minutes. Let it cool down, because this would be the contracting phase. It's when your bread becomes plumpier and of course, that rigid or turgid enough for you to slice through. And after that resting time, you can now enjoy your first artisanal bread.